And just a minute or two here for the players to get warmed up before the start of the game. It's time for the NBA. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Nuggets, then it's Porter, and it's Gordon in at the four-man position. And for Phoenix,
you know, it's no secret around the league, guys, that the Suns either have one of the best medical staffs in the game or they've built their practice facility by the fountain of youth. More evidence of that came when Jermaine O'Neal found new tread on his well-worn tires.
Durant dishes the ball.
Right there!
Kicks it to Booker. Puts up a three. No good. Now Denver takes it the other way. Well, Clark, as you said, a lot of the players that left the Suns last season, such as Steve Nash and Grant Hill, had trouble keeping their health up. And, Steve, I don't know, you've been in that organization. Whatever they are doing that are keeping those players healthy and in top shape has been working. They are admirable in the way they have led that cause.
Well, it's a tremendous training staff. They've just always done a very good job of keeping their guys healthy by getting them in the training room every day for work, by combining the strength program with the training schedule. But a lot of confidence in that staff from the players, and I think it really shows.
Back to Paul. Shoots the three. No good. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Again, Doris Burke spoke with Mike Malone. Doris?
He said Chris Paul is a major concern for them because of his ability to lead a team. He said it all starts with Paul because once he gets going and gets everyone involved, the whole team becomes a well-oiled machine. That is something we're definitely worried about.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Porter, no luck.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway. Guys, we've talked about Chris Paul and his leadership. It's on display off the court as well. He's a member of the Players Union Executive Committee. And after the scathing independent review of the union's leadership, he and his colleagues voted for a change. It'll be interesting to see how that all plays out.
It's not possible what we just thought. Is that possible?
That is probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's possible.
possible.
Not probable. It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark.
And here's Denver. Here's Murray. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Here's Jokic. Durant with the steal. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. The dunk with the foul on top of it. So strong.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
And that one misses. And you know, Steve, as we kind of shift gears and look beyond just the game itself, Chris Paul and the Players Union, perhaps now, you know, some closer oversight of how their interests are being handled. I think now they want to tighten the screws a little bit.
Well, they should. That's a good thing, Kevin. The players should know about the business of basketball. They should understand their finances as a union. At the end of the day, it is a business, and you have to have the best representation of people who are going to have your interest in heart.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
The fans don't like that call one bit.
Well, the officials got an earful as a result.
Denver shooting their first free throw of the game.
You know, a big reason that the Nuggets were able to finish with the third best record in the West last season was they took care of business in the Western Conference. I mean, they went in every game against a conference opponent knowing what was on the line and handled business from there.
Durant drawing the double team, and Booker kicks to Paul. There's the triple. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Denver in the lead. He feeds it to Porter. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
The record for the Nuggets against the West ended at 38-14. Just one off the mark of the Thunder. Steve, for the best record within the conference.
Seemed like every time there was ground to be gained, Kevin, in the playoff race, the Nuggets came through. Teams in the West like to run a little bit, but I don't think anybody could really run with Denver. That's how they were able to both win at home and win in the conference.
Porter. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Here's Booker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Feeds it to Paul. The fader. And that one's good. Now Murray. Dishes to Porter. From 16 feet away, he cans it.
Yeah, he's almost putting on a little show out there with that fadeaway jumper.
Suns trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
It's Durant with the drive. Good on the shot.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
Pass to Murray. He kicks it to Porter. Just 5 on the clock. From the top of the key, that is good.
I don't know of too many other players, Kevin, who have his level of concentration offensively. He just seems to have that singular focus you need as a shooter that, even if a defender's all over you, you still just lock in and let it go.
And I also can't get over how much energy he expends rebounding the basketball. He goes all out on the boards every single night.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. The Nuggets leading by 3. Pass to Gordon. There's a good screen. Here's Murray. Offline with his 3. The Suns have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Paul outside. Number 2, defended by Caldwell Pope. Lock at 6. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Porter pulls it in. For Denver, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Cannot hit, so Phoenix will take it the other way. Fast break, here come the Suns. Here's Durant. That's good. Durant's got his second bucket.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Here's Murray. He passes to Caldwell Pope. On the wing, Gordon. Here's Caldwell Pope. Back to Gordon. The Nuggets with another miss.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
You got that right. I mean, he'll do it from three-point land or anywhere on the perimeter, really, because he is a deadly shooter. You've got to do a better job defensively.
That one goes. Count it. And the Nuggets lead by 3. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
You know, you might have expected a team that finished 3rd in the West to have a positive road record, but the Nuggets last season actually finished south of 500 when they left the Pepsi Center.
And the Suns making a change here. Suns trail by 3. Well, Clark, as you said, with the Nuggets on the road, 19-23 record for them on the road. What was the difference between them and the Thunder, Steve, in that division?
Well, they were so dominant at home, Kevin, and they always have been, just with their style of play and the altitude. But it's just tough to go out and play that same style on the road where you're running constantly. You're just more vulnerable defensively when you play that style when you're out on the road than you do when you play it at home.
Down low.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Here's Payne. He dishes it to Warren. Passes it to Payne. It's good from long range.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
Denver's gone 0-2 from deep here. Now the feed to Gordon. The pass to Murray. The dish to Porter. Outside Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one. Well, you know, I tell you what, guys, it's a tough road to hoe when you're trying to rebuild in the Western Conference. There's just no room or margin for error, and teams pile on while you're down.
First free throw is good. And back to the Suns in the West. They did finish with the worst record in the conference. They managed only 17 wins, Steve, against other teams in the West.
And that wasn't the worst mark, but it was close. The Suns' problem was that they didn't have a huge inside presence for long stretches of the season. And when you lack depth against teams with tough power forwards or centers out west, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Both free throws good from Caldwell Pope.
You know, the Suns really had a lot to overcome as they started the rebuilding project, and they just weren't the same team the home crowd was used to seeing, and the struggles were evidenced by that 17-24 record here at home. They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Watson with it. Back to Brown. Let's go. And again, Denver no good. And the Suns, who have been so good for so long here at U.S. Airways Center, you know, it really was strange to see them drop so many games on their home court.
Well, to give you an idea of just how dominant this team has been here in Phoenix, this was the first time since the end of the 2003-2004 season that they didn't have a home record better than 500.
That drops.
Now, they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
The Nuggets trail. Kicks to Jackson. He feeds it to Green. Back to Jackson. Outside, Green. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And Jackson with the basket on the assist from Green. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
There's the bucket. Good.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
And here's Jackson. The offensive rebound. And there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so also got the body, so we'll see free throws here. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. Denver shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And you take a look at the numbers, guys. They shot 80% from the free throw line as a team a year ago.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely. And while it wasn't the biggest win streak of the season, the Nuggets did have a pretty good rampage of their own from the end of February into March. And because it happened when the Heat were doing what they were doing, the Nuggets kind of flew under the radar.
Brown is checked in for the Nuggets. Jackson hits both of them. Well, as you said, the Nuggets put together their big 15-game winning streak. But, you know, Steve, since it happened, when the Heat rattled off their big push, nobody really even seemed to notice.
That's right. It might have worked out in their favor anyway, Kevin, because, you know, that win streak really kind of put them into high gear and allowed them to climb into the third spot in the West. Probably was nice not having the media focused on them and wanting to talk to them every day about what was happening in the Western Conference.
Here's Payne. 7 points in the game. Leads him in there. Warren, the pass to Payne. Shot clock at 5. Number 11. And a miss there on the triple.
In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening quarter.
I like sensational. That's a good word for it.
Brown gets a screen from Jackson. Brown, good. And it's a 6-point Nugget lead.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Payne passes to Ross. Here's Payne. He's covered by Brown. Here's Payne. Pass to Craig. Feeds it to Warren. And again, it's the Suns missing. Denver leading by 6. Jackson kicks to Brown. No good. Excellent D there from Warren.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Payne. He's got 7. Lets it go from 11. Will not go. This is off the front iron. From deep 3-point range, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nuggets ahead, up 6. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Now, the key has been the rebounding department. This club dominating the paint area. And if this continues, they'll be in great shape.
Well, they've done 2 things. They've limited second chances, and they've been able to flex their muscle down low.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Gentlemen, for Kevin Durant, last season probably his best yet. Among other things, he increased his assists while limiting his turnovers. Durant said, "It's just a matter of being patient and waiting for the play to develop, whether finding my teammate or finding a shot for myself." Guys, he said the game is slowing down for him, and he understands that to win it all, he has to get the best out of his teammates. He can't do it by himself.
Well, you have to like that focus on the team first. Thanks, Doris. No coverage that time. Ross has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Brown kicks to Watson. Dishes it to Green. Brown outside. Outside Jackson. From past the arc. Another 3 for Denver.
Well, the defense not doing a good job at all of getting after him. They've got to crowd him and make it tough for him. That's his second this quarter.
Paul left side. Passes it to Craig. Back to Paul. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. No good from Craig.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
Well, you get more rebounds, you get more possessions, more shots at the hoop, and oftentimes that decides the game.
Green kicks to Brown. A 3 ball. And it's Brown missing. Suns trail by 9. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Paul gets a screen from Ross. Paul with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Here's Warren. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And I'll say this about him, Kevin. I mean, it looks like he's made of rubber sometimes because defenders just bounce off him when he's driving the lane. What a finisher.
You know, something else I think about when I see this guy is he's a real headache to have to defend one-on-one. I mean, he's got all of the game that makes it tough for his defender.
And the Nuggets making a change here. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Denver leading by 6. Brown outside. Outside Gordon. 6 to shoot. Three-pointer. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Back to Paul. He kicks it to Warren. Number 2 bangs home the trifecta. He has 7. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Back to Jackson. On the wing, Gordon. And another miss by Denver.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But, yeah, I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
The score now all even.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
I agree, guys, and the points add up in a hurry when you start giving up easy looks from long range.
With all of the on-court skills that Chris Paul possesses, perhaps his greatest attribute is the leadership he brings to a team. He just has a way about bringing guys together, encouraging them while also challenging them and holding them accountable.
Porter's checked in for Brown. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Gordon dishes to Brown, and he jams it with authority. There it is, guys, that Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Go back to that leadership that Chris Paul provides. I saw that some last year in the general manager category said he might be the best single leader on any team in the NBA.
I would agree with that. He's just a dominant presence out there, despite the fact that he's kind of short. But he just understands his point guard's role. Passionate about the game, smart basketball player, and loves to play.
Just 5 to shoot. Blocked. Porter passes to Brown. He passes to Murray. Outside Gordon. And Durant sends it back. Fast break, here come the Suns. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
Now, a severe lack of awareness on his part. He had no idea he was near the out-of-bounds line.
Denver leading by 3.
You know, it's pretty hard not to ask the question after the Nuggets were bounced in the first round of the playoffs if, in fact, they were better constructed for the regular season than the playoffs.
Pass to Paul. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. You know, continuing to talk about the Nuggets, it is a fair question to ask because this group, Steve, has been so successful in the regular season, but has yet to make a big splash in the postseason.
Yeah, I think they've advanced out of the first round one time in the last 9 seasons. So, I think it's a fair question, Kevin. I think you can win playing fast, but you have to have balance. Look at the Spurs last year. They played a very high tempo, but they played excellent defense as well. You've got to have some kind of a balance to win in the postseason.
There's the pass to Murray. For the three. Can't get it to go. And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 15-6 run. He dishes it to Paul. The feed to Booker. Back to Paul. Kicks it to Booker. Lets it go with a three. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists in the game. The Nuggets trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Here's Jokic. Gordon slams it home for the putback.
That is a booming putback. Step aside, fellas.
They wanted nothing to do with him there.
At least not with the ball in his hands and the rim in sight.
Now here's Paul. There's a screen. Number 2. No good on the 3.
They haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Here's Jokic. Count that one. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Now Paul. There's the dish to Booker. Back to Paul. And stolen by Murray. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Brown. The finger roll finish at the bucket. And now it's a 3-point Nugget lead.
Great job capitalizing on that steal and getting the easy points in transition.
Exactly how it should be done after a turnover.
Timeout called, the Suns.
Well, they were getting run ragged out there.